is Kaitlyn. I have been a Crown Ward since, who knows, God, I don't even know how long. I was taken away at the age of 2, and I was walking down the street and I saw this, and as a child in care, I can fully say that you feel disconnected and alone, and you don't really have a place where you belong when you're in care. You get bullied by children. Like, there's parent days where you bring in your parents, and they're supposed to be, like, there. And, like, the thing is, when that happens, you don't have a parent because they were taken away from you. And the thing is, foster care uses their past against them when you're not even involved in that. And it's just completely crazy, the stuff that they bring up that's, like, from, like, even before, like, you were conceived or you were even, like, anything. And
how old were you when you were put into care?
I was 2 years old when I was put into care.
And how old are you now, darling?
I am 16.
Okay.
And I'm Crown Ward. I'm in it till I'm 18. And they've scheduled my life. They control you. They try and mold you to the perfect child. And all you feel is like a robot and a check to them. All they look at you is like, this kid's going to make good money and pay a lot of taxes, we're going to give them the best, and then they're going to repay us in the end, because obviously CAS gets government like funds and stuff, so whatever taxes we give them when we're older, we're paying them again.
Exactly. If you could see your mom right now, if you could go back to your mom and dad, would you?
I would go back there in a heartbeat. They are the best parents in the world. I never, ever felt like I was misunderstood. They talked to me through everything. They'd never lay a hand on me. They were honest, good people.
And you miss them?
I missed them a lot.
Did you grow up always feeling like you missed your parents and you were an outsider because you were in care?
Honestly, I started cutting at the age of 8 because of foster care, because I felt so alone. I had no friends because no one wanted to be my friend, because I couldn't have sleepovers, I couldn't do stuff, I couldn't even leave my street. They monitored me 24/7. And as a child with no friends, I would read books, and then I got into cutting because I was so depressed. Like, it's pretty sad when you feel sad since the age of 2 because you don't have anyone there for you, and you're always moving. You don't belong anywhere, you feel like. You're like a piece of furniture, and they just move you to a different place just to see if it'll look better. And the thing is, I'm not a piece of furniture. I'm not a mere I'm not an item, I'm not just a check, I'm a person, and I have feelings too, and whatever Children Aid has done to me in the past has affected me greatly. Like, it's so hard not feeling like I belong. Mm-hmm. And it's so hard being away from my parents when I know they're good people. They let me read the court papers, and I fully accepted everything on there because they were truthful. And foster care wouldn't even let me attend my own court. They had a lawyer write down stuff for me. I couldn't even read the lawyer's writing, to be honest. Mm-hmm. I was 11 when I went for this, and I believe within the year they declared I was Crown Ward. I was in and out. They picked me up for adoption when they weren't supposed to, too. There was many factors that just affected me greatly, and because of it, I have anxiety now, I have depression. The only reason I really kind of overstepped my boundaries today is because I greatly support this cause, and it's different when there's kids in need, like from abusive homes and stuff. Yes, you can take them from that if there's an actual threat, but when a child has proper clothes, their grades are like an A average. My grades didn't start dropping until I was in foster care for good.
That's terrible.
I was a straight A student. My dad would give me $10 for every A. They were great parents. They encouraged me. They motivated me. I didn't need to be told to do chores because it was a given. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Like, there's a lot of foster homes that are just really, like, rude. The foster parents just look at you and they're like, whatever. There's more kids coming around another time. You'll be gone in a couple months. And it's just like,
that must have hurt.
How do you grow up with that?
It must have just hurt.
It did hurt. Like,
what's going to happen when you're 18 and you come out of Crown Ward? Where are you going to go?
That's the thing, is they never really tell you. They don't prepare you. They baby you the whole entire time.
Are you going to go back to your mom?
Probably. But the thing is, they do offer service. Like, they put on this whole, like, thing where, like, we'll pay you they'll cover your college, and they can support you till you're 21 if you sign up for extended care. But, like, thing is, I already have my college paid for because I'm out of my reserves, so why would I need them at all anymore, right? Like, I already get the stuff I need to. Like, I'd be getting more money from my reserve right now if I was out of care, and I'm getting less money because of it.
So you're Aboriginal?
Yes, I'm Aboriginal, Garden River Reserve.
Okay. Wonderful.
And, like, honestly, it affects the parents too greatly because, like, it can cause so much damage to them. Like, they don't want to hurt their children. You're the love of their life. You're their little baby, and they want to see the best for you. And, like, when you get taken away, they lose a part of themselves, and they just lose a sense of who they are, and they fall apart. And it's a really, like, CAS has its good points, but there's mostly bad points to it because it tears families apart that don't need to be torn apart because of what this person said. Like, there's a lot of families who have been called, CS have been called on them because of what someone says, and it could not even be true, and that family can be perfectly fine, and they'll believe that person's word over another. Like, they do that to you. They just screw you over.
They're tricky, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They mess with words. They play lots of mind games with you. My parents went away to treatment so many times, and they'd always say they'd give us back if we completed this treatment, but they never did. My parents tried so hard to get us back, and I'm just gonna say CAS does traumatize children, but even more so it traumatizes the parents.
And the family institution?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Do you think your life would have been easier if you would have been with your parents?
I honestly, when I did live with them, it was so much easier. It was a normal family environment. I felt like I belonged. I was happy. I wasn't upset, and like, it's so hard to describe the feeling to be with your parents. And for these kids out there who are with their parents, I hope you never get taken away, because it's so important having that love and connection with your parents. It truly makes you a stronger person inside, and like, they help you build up. They teach you the life skills you need to. You're not always being bounced around to one place, and it's not like it's stable. And it's like the best thing for a child to be with their family, unless, of course, there are some causes and threats to the child that need to be taken care of. Then that's a different story, obviously. Mm-hmm. But to the families who don't have a problem and were perfectly fine to begin with, and your lives got messed up by foster care, I really hope you get them back.
And how many foster cares have you been in since you were taken from your parents initially?
Since I've been in care since 2, I honestly don't even know the amount of foster homes I've been in.
You think it's greater than 10? Greater than 10?
It's probably greater than 30.
Wow. In 14 years of your life that you've been in care? Greater than 30.
Well, at one point I remember I'd always be in a new house almost every month.
Wow.
Yeah, and if you're not a good child, they hand you over to other foster homes. They're like, deal with this. And if that foster home doesn't deal with it, pass on to the next one.
Were you ever abused in care?
I was emotionally abused by one family, and they are no longer foster parents because of how many children were traumatized there.
Wow.
And my little brothers went there, and they used to lock my brother Nicholas in a boiler room. I wasn't with them at the time. We were never in care together because foster care kept us separated, and they still continue to separate me from my sisters and my brothers. The only one who I have contact with is the one living with me currently.
So as an ending statement to any foster children or any families out there dealing with this situation, as a child that's pretty much at the end of her Crown wardship, you've got 2 years left and you can go be on your own, what does the future look like for you, and what would you say to other families?
I'm excited for the future, and I really hope I get to connect with my family again and it's more stable. And for these people out there who are struggling with CS, I really want you guys to stay strong, because in the end, it's going to get better one day.
Thank you very much.
No problem.